Hello everyone. Today we are doing lesson 37. My holiness blesses the world. And let's see what we have here. This idea contains the first glimmerings of your true function in the world, or why you are here. Your purpose is to see the world through your own holiness. Thus are you and the world blessed together. No one loses. Nothing is taken away from anyone. Everyone gains through your holy vision. It signifies the end of sacrifice because it offers everyone his full due. And he is entitled to everything because it is his birthright as a son of God. So, what I have taken this lesson to mean in this particular paragraph is that when I am able to see myself as pure, holy, innocent, and then look out on the world and on my brothers, that when I can see myself in that way, I'm automatically extending it to the world and to my brothers. Because if I can recognize that I am pure and innocent and holy and perfect in every way, just as God created me, then that would stand to reason that my brothers are as well. For God does not make the imperfect. He is not capable of doing that. So, in that way, when we can see ourselves, we extend it to our brothers, seeing them as they truly are, irregardless if they see themselves that way. And it's in this way that we help to heal our brothers and heal the world around us. When we've healed ourselves to see ourselves as we truly are, we can't help but see the world around us the same way. The people around us. Alex.
There is no other way in which the idea of sacrifice can be removed from the world's thinking. Any other way of seeing will inevitably demand payment of someone or something. As a result, the perceiver will lose, nor will he have any idea why he is losing. Yet is his wholeness restored to his awareness through your vision. Your holiness blesses him by asking nothing of him. Those who see themselves as whole make no demands.
So, what it's saying to me here is every time we think that we are having to sacrifice for ourselves to give to another,
We're seeing that person as less than whole.
Less than whole, and we are seeing ourselves of having to as also being less than whole, because we are then thinking we have lack if we're having to sacrifice.
I'm just remembering how I felt like I was sacrificing by giving your mother that $100.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what's coming up in my mind.
Yeah, and it's not a sacrifice.
It's not a sacrifice. Not at all. Because when I give to myself.
Yeah, and when we give, we receive.
Just like when I judge someone else, I may as well be judging myself.
Exactly. In truth, you are judging yourself because you are judging them for what you believe about yourself.
Right.
So every time we think we are sacrificing something, we are believing we're in lack in those moments. And that whole idea of lack is what has us in these tailspins constantly, chasing after our own tails, trying to figure out what we can do, how we can do it. Never asking for an internal guidance. Never considering to just sit still for a moment. Just constantly wanting to jump from one item to the next. Unceasingly thinking you have to do something. It's recognizing that you were provided for always, in all ways. We're always provided for. Moving on. 3. Your holiness is the salvation of the world. It lets you teach the world that it is one with you, not by preaching to it, not by telling it anything, but merely by your quiet recognition that in your holiness are all things blessed along with you. And what I'm getting from that, folks, is it's sitting there quietly and just listening to your brother when they're pouring their heart out to you. It's not giving advice. It's not judging them in any way. It's just being there in the moment for them, with no thought of getting anything out of it. And when asked, well, what do you think I should do in those moments, being completely honest that you don't know what it is they should do. Yet if you've had a similar experience, sharing your experience with them and what you found worked for you. Not suggesting that that's what they do, but giving them a different understanding and perspective to look at it. But it's just sitting there and recognizing that everyone needs someone to just listen, to just be there in the moment with them, without judging them. Not telling them they're doing something wrong, and not preaching at them that this is what they need to be doing. Alex.
Today's 4 longer exercise periods, each to involve 3 to 5 minutes of practice, begin with the repetition of the idea for today, followed by a minute or so of looking about you as you apply the idea to whatever you see. For example, my holiness blesses this chair. My holiness blesses that window. My holiness blesses this body. Then close your eyes and apply the idea to any person who occurs to you using his name and saying, my holiness blesses you, in his name.
5. You may continue the practice period with your eyes closed. You may open your eyes again and apply the idea for today to your outer world if you so desire. You may alternate between applying the idea to what you see around you and to those who are in your thoughts, or You may use any combination of these two phases of application that you prefer. The practice period should conclude with a repetition of the idea with your eyes closed, and another following immediately with your eyes open. So, as it's saying here, folks, start with your eyes open, then go closed, then go open again, then go closed. It's looking without, then looking within. Looking without, then looking within. Looking without, then looking within. And you will end with your eyes open to see what you see out there. Alex.
The shorter exercises consist of repeating the idea as often as you can. It is particularly helpful to apply it silently to anyone you meet, using his name as you do so. It is essential to use the idea of anyone if anyone seems to cause an adverse reaction to you. In you. Offer him the blessing of your holiness immediately, that you may keep it in your own awareness. Now what comes up for me in that last sentence is how in several places in ACIM it says in order to give something, you must have something. So in order for me to bless someone with my holiness, I must have holiness to bless them with. And when we were talking to that guy last night at Nation's Hamburgers, I think his name was Anthony. And he said, pray for me. I was blessing him right then and there. I was praying for him right then and there.
And having our paths cross in that way so unexpectedly, having like the number 33 come up multiple times. And actually for Alex and I, it wasn't just 33, it was 333.
And then I looked on Facebook and somebody had just posted about 33.
Yeah. And for me and Alex, like when I look at 333, I think of the Trinity.
And really that encounter we had with that person was 3 represented in that dialogue that we had with him.
Exactly. And it was just absolutely beautifully synchronistic. And, with yesterday's lesson of my holiness envelops everything I see, we could see how all of us, everyone, ourselves and that young man and everyone else that was in the restaurant, are completely enveloped in holiness. And that as we touch their lives, they touch ours. And in the same way, when you go out and about, recognize that your holiness blesses everyone and everything around you. Recognize that you are holy, you are worthy, and you are perfect. All right, folks, it's the weekend, Saturday. So all we have is the lesson for the day, which is lesson 37. My holiness blesses the world. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sabrina Reyenga.
And I'm Alex Reyenga.
Have a wonderful day. Hugs, love, and blessings. Namaste.